Today, let's go exploring tragedy, mystery, and even the supernatural.
Yep, we're going back to 1950s England, and we're going to explore a case that often is cited as the clearest example of reincarnation.
It starts with tragedy and ends with a question: can a soul come back?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Our story begins in Hexham, England in 1957. John and Florence Pollock were the parents of two daughters, Joanne, age 11, and Jacqueline, age 6.
These were happy kids, bright, full of life. Joanna was the older sister, nurturing and responsible, and Jacqueline was the bubbly, curious younger sister. She had a distinctive scar on her forehead from a childhood accident.
But everything changed on May 5th, 1957. While walking to church with a friend, both girls were struck and killed by a car. It was sudden, senseless, and devastating.
The parents were shattered, as they would be. But in the aftermath, something unusual began to stir, particularly in the mind of the father, John.
John was a devout Catholic, but he also believed in reincarnation, something that clashed with his religious upbringing.
Yeah, he told his wife he was certain the girls would come back, but they weren't truly gone. Florence, the mother, didn't agree and frankly found everything about it disturbing.
1 year later, in October of 1958, Florence gave birth to identical twin girls, Jennifer and Jillian.
So let's pause for a second. Twins are rare, but these weren't just any twins.
Jennifer, the younger of the two, had two birthmarks, one on her waist and one on her forehead in the exact same spot as the scar Jacqueline had.
As the girls grew, even stranger things started happening. The family moved away from Hexham to escape the memories, but the past, it seemed, followed them.
Despite never being told about their late sisters, the twins began asking for toys that had belonged to Joanna and Jacqueline. They recognized them and even named them.
And they also displayed personality traits that matched with the older sisters. Jillian behaved like Joanna, mature, protective, and Jennifer was more playful and reckless, like Jacqueline.
And when they visited Hexham again at age 4, they recognized places they'd never seen before, including their old school, a park, and the route they took to their former home.
Florence, who once dismissed the idea of reincarnation, started to question it all.
All right, let's state the obvious here. Is there a scientific explanation for all this?
Well, one theory is cryptomnesia, the idea that the girls had picked up on cues or stories overheard from their parents and unconsciously repeated them.
Yeah, I could see that. That could explain the toy names and the whole personality mimicry. But it's a lot harder to explain the birthmarks and when they pointed at Jennifer's forehead and she said that's where she got hit.
So enter Dr. Ian Stevenson, a respected psychiatrist from the University of Virginia. He studied over 2,000 cases of possible reincarnation, and he called the Pollock Twins one of the most compelling.
He documented the case carefully. He was not trying to sensationalize it. He was looking for patterns, evidence, anything that might explain how children could recall lives that they had never lived.
He believed the memories and trauma could carry over, not through genetics, but through something else, some essence or some unfinished thread.
As the twins grew older, the memories faded. By the time they were 8, they stopped referencing Joanna and Jacqueline altogether.
They just became normal kids. Went to school, made friends, grew up. Today they're adults, and they rarely speak public about their childhood.
Some skeptics argue this was a case of parental projection. John wanted the girls to return so badly that he may have subconsciously encouraged the idea.
Others believe it's a modern miracle. The hint that death might not be the end and that bonds can stretch across lifetimes.
Whatever the truth, the Pollock twins challenge our understanding of memory, identity, and consciousness. And they leave us with a question that science cannot truly fully answer. Were we someone else before this life? And will we be somebody else after?
This is a weird one. What do you think's going on, Dave?
If you ask me, if I think it's a psychology of it, I think the father believes so much in reincarnation. Parents influence their kids more than they realize, and I think he subconsciously pushed these girls to take on these roles, and he had that huge confirmation bias that, oh look, she did this and she did that. So I would want to think it's a very nice story, especially for grieving parents to lose a child, to have them come back. I think it's a wonderful kind of wrap up on it that they return. But honestly, I think the grieving father and maybe even the grieving mother just, they subconsciously they guided these girls to act like their passed on sisters.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Please
We'll
like.
see you next time.
We'll see you next time.